ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 5, verse number 17. So Sri Chamas Rishi is continuing to speak, and he is describing the situation of people who are ignorant about this understanding of varnashram system, the way it was explained in the previous slokas, especially yad ghrana bhakso vihita suraya tatha pasoralabhanam himsa. So, because they do not understand, and at the same time they are very proud of their petty knowledge, they are not completely ignorant, therefore they engage in killing animals, and because of that they suffer, they are envious of others. So now he says, Ete atmahano shanta agyane jnanamaninaha sidanti akrita krityavai kaladhasta manorathaha. So he says that these people, they are atmahana. They are killer of their own atma. Atma cannot be killed. So what does it mean that they are killer of own atma? Means they have got this human birth so that they can liberate themselves from the material conditioning. But instead of that, they make their material conditioning even more strong. They make it like glued completely, so that they will continue to suffer here in material world. As Krishna says that I throw them into the dark regions. So this is what he says, that they are sidanti, means they suffer akrit kritya, because they have not performed what they are supposed to perform. Kritya means that should be done, and akrit kritya means that they don't do that. Why is that? Because they are ignorant, ajnane. And being ignorant is not so bad, but when you are ignorant and you think you are knowledgeable, that is a very big problem, because that there is no solution to that. So it says ajnane jnanamanina. And because they are ignorant, but they think that they are learned, therefore they are ashanta. They are disturbed, because the cause of disturbance is avidya, ignorance. If a person is going to act in ignorance, unless one is totally ignorant like an animal, as he said, mudha, so do vedate purusha. So, yascha atyanta tamo buddho, yascha buddhe paramgata, daveva sukhamedhete, klishyante antarito jana. So either one is so ignorant that one is not even aware of suffering. Like animals, they suffer, but they are not conscious like us. So they don't feel. They also feel heat and cold like human beings. But they don't suffer like human beings, because our suffering also depends on our awareness. More we are aware, more we can suffer or enjoy. But if we are not aware, like people get intoxicated, they get high, so then they lose awareness. That's what intoxicants do. They pollute your intellect, your buddhi. And buddhi is that which makes you aware. Animals don't have the buddhi, so therefore they are not so aware as human beings. More buddhi is missing, more you are not aware. More you have buddhi, more you become aware. So these people are in ajnana, but they are jnanamanina. Therefore they are ashanta, because they are not completely ignorant. And therefore they sidanti. Basically sidanti means they become depressed. So you see these days depression is very common. Even young children, 7 or 8-year-olds, children are getting depressed, because they have awareness and they are ignorant, but they also jnanamanina these days. Children also think they know. So therefore he says that akrit kritya, and because of ignorance they don't do what they should be doing, and thus kala dhvasta manoratha. They make very big plans to enjoy, but their manorathas, their plans all fail. And when plans fail, then people become depressed. Sidanti. Arjuna also says, Sidanti mam gatrani, mukham cha parishishyati. That my limbs are becoming numb. So, Asuriya nam te loka andhene tamsa britaha tanste pretya vigachanti yeke chatma hanojana. So this is from Ishopanishad, famous verse. So Asuriya nam te loka. So these people, they go to this tamsavrita, to these places which are fit for asuras, means ignorant people. And tanste pretya vigachanti, that's where they go after death. And who are the people? Same Atmahana, same word is used in this sloka, that Ichake Atmahanajana. So they are killer of their self. Hitvatyayas rachita grihapatya sruichriya tamo vishanti anichanto vasudeva parangmukha. So these people are Vasudeva Parangmukha, they are averse to devotion to Bhagavan Krishna. And although they do not desire to go to these hellish places, but after giving up their body, house, relatives, friends, wealth, everything, they enter into the dark places. So all these things which they have accumulated with great effort, ayas rachita, they have to give up. Because in the material world, whatever you acquire will be given up. Why? Kala dhvasta. Time will demolish everything. So, time I am, kalo asmi, sarvalok kshaya krita pravriddha. So time comes and kalayati iti kala. It gulps everything down. That's why it is called kala. Say in Hindi, kal ka gal, the cheek of the time. So like monkeys you have seen, sometimes they eat and they put the food in their mouth one side. They don't swallow it. And they're in a hurry so that the other one does not snatch it. So they store it in the mouth. So time takes away everything. So this he says that people work ati ayas, they perform very great labor, effort to acquire house, wife, children, family. And then it has to be. Yes. So then they don't want to give it up. It's not their desire, but they have no choice. So it is previous commentary, iti shrutes tesam adhogati reva. So they only have their adhogati. They cannot go up. So urdhvam gacchanti sattvastha, madhya tishtanti rajasa, jaganya gunavrittastha adho gacchanti tamasa. So these are tamasic people, they go down. So the lower planetary systems are also called tama. So ya griha apatya sruhit shriyasta hitva tyaktva. So all this house, etc. and everything have to be given up. So this is the reply of King Chamasa to the king's question which was asked in the first verse of this chapter. That those people who do not worship Bhagavan, so what is their nishta? Means where do they go? So he has explained that they go to tamas, ignorance or suffering. So after that he poses one more question, because there are 9 yogendras, 8 have replied. So now the 9th one he asks, Raja Uvacha, Raja said, king said, Kasmin kale sa bhagwan kim varna kidrisho nirbhihi namna va ken vidhina pujyate tadihochatam. So he understood that there is no solution without bhakti, because in the previous verse it says Vasudeva Parangmukha. Tamo Vishanti Anichanto Vasudeva Parangmukha. That these people who are averse to the devotion to Bhagwan, they go down. So then he wants to know about Bhagwan himself and what are his various avatars, because unless avatars come here, there is no solution for them. Mama prapya eva konte tato yanti admam gatim. Not having attained Krishna, they go down. So therefore he asks question that in which period, which Bhagavan appears, what is his color, and by which names is he known by people, and by which process is he worshipped. Please explain this. So he is asking, because Bhagavan comes in every yuga, called Yuga Avatara. There are Manvantara Avataras, Yuga Avataras, Leela Avataras, Guna Avataras. So basically his question is about the Yuga Avatar, that in which yuga, which form of Bhagavan appears. And Bhagavan has got different colors. He is not just one color, variety. Sometimes 4 hands, sometimes 2 hands. And his worship is also performed in different ways. So that is the question being asked here. Etadrishanam uddharo bhagavad avataram vina na sambhavet iti mansi kritva pritchati. So, considering the fact that people who have been described in the previous few verses, they cannot be uplifted without Bhagavan's appearance here. So, keeping that in mind, he is asking this question, Kasmin Kale Sa Bhagavan. And Kidrig Akara, what is his form? How does he appear? So Karabhajan, he replies that. So Bhajan means pot. Kara means hand. So he carries pot in his hand for bhiksha. Karpatra. So kritam treta dvaparam cha kalirityeshu keshavaha nana varna vidhakaro nana eva vidhnejyate. So he replies that Keshava, Bhagavan Krishna, he has various colors and various forms and various processes by which he is worshipped in Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara and Kali. So that is the reply, and now he is going to explain the 4 avatars of the 4 yugas, their names, appearance and so on. So there is no commentary on this. Krite shuklas chaturbahu jatilo valkalambaraha krishnajinopavitakshan bibhrad danda kamandalu. So Krita means Satyuga. So in Satyuga, Bhagavan comes in white color, Shukla, white man. So it's not that they always have Indian skin, they also have white skin. So first is the white man. but he has 4 hands, Chaturbahu, and he has matted hair, because in those days there was no comb, no brush was not available. They have not developed yet. And this is how it is, that in the beginning human beings lived in the forest. So forest people don't have combs. And Valkalambara, there was also no cloth factory, no Loi Bazaar. So he says they had dress made from the bark of the tree. And the forest people. So in Kali-yuga, Satyuga people lived in forests only. There were no cities, there were no towns, there were no villages. There were no families also. People just lived. There was no system of marriage, etc. This all came later on. Originally they just lived wherever they are, and they were very tolerant. This is what we read in history also, right? Only thing is that in history they say that they came from Africa. That is the only problem. Shastra says this is India. But they say that human beings in India came from Africa. First human beings appeared in Africa. Then from there they walked up, crossed, came here. And from here they went. And this is your belief. This is the modern history. So the other things agree. There is no discrepancy otherwise. So they are also wearing Valkal, Ambara. And Krishnajin, they have deer skin. And Upavit, but they had sacred thread in that time also. And Aksha means Japmala. Japmala is also called Akshamala. Why is it called Akshamala? It is called Akshamala because if you see the alphabets of Sanskrit, they start from A and they end in Ksha. Right? Ya, Ra, La, Va, Sha, Sha, Ha, Ksha. Ksha is the last one. So starting from A, ending in Ksha, this is called Aksha. And these are 54 letters. So 54 multiplied by 2, 108. So that's why you have 108 beads. So that is the Japmala, because it has letter A to Ksha, then Ksha to A. Makes one wrong. So therefore it is called Aksham. Bibhrat Danda Kamandalu. And they had stick and one kamandalo. Olden days people walked, they always had a stick in their hand. Now also if you go in Braj villages, people wherever they go, they carry a stick with them. They come into the bus with a stick. There is a Devi temple here, Nari Samri. Have you heard of Nari Samri? So these are two separate villages. There is a Nari and there is a Samri. Samri is on the right side when you go of the highway, Nari is on the left side. And in the Samri, there is a temple of Devi, old temple. And there when every year there is one big puja there, they do puja there with the stick. All the devotees, they come with the stick and they wave the stick to the Devi. So that is called Lat Puja. Lat means Danda. So Danda Kamandalu. So this Bhagavan is also carrying it. So this Bhagavan in Satyuga, he has a stick in his hand. He has a Kamandalu. Kamandalu is made from this gourd. It's not made from metal. Metal is not yet discovered. You can also make it from the big coconut, wooden. So this is the Bhagavan. And his name is also Shukla. You see, many times here in India, people have their surname as Shukla. Like our manager is Anurag Shukla, and our electrician is Devendra Shukla. So this is the Shukla. There is also Shukla Yajurveda. So their name Shukla comes because they studied Shukla Yajurveda. So Shukla iti Shukla Varna. So the word Shukla means white. So their color is white. And the name is also white. Shukla Nama, both. Nam, Rupa. Right? So name is also white, Rupa is also white. So simplified. Cannot forget. Krishnajinam, Krishna Sar Charma. Krishna Ajinam means skin. Deer skin is called Ajina. And Krishna Ajina, there is a special type of deer which is called Krishna Sar deer, which was found here in Aryavrata. In fact, that is the definition of Aryavrata. Aryavrata is the land where Krishna Sar deers wander. So Upavitam Yagya Sutram. Upavita is Yagya Sutra, that is the sacred thread. Aksha Akaradik Shakarant Varnamayi Malam. So Aksha is Japamala, which is from A to Ksha. Tam Dandam Kamandalum Bibrat. So it has a danda and kamandalu. The brahmachari vesha darshita. So this shows that he is in the dress of a brahmachari. Because this is how brahmacharis used to be. In the olden days, brahmachari will have danda, kamandalu. Remember when Vamandev appeared to Aditi and Kashyap, he also had that. Danda, kamandalu, matted hair, upavit, thread, deer skin.
Is for wearing or for sitting?
Sitting.
Okay.
You have to sit down and you carry your mat with you.
Okay.
Put a rope, tie it backside. Like sometimes you see tennis player, they hang their racket on their shoulder. Like that brahmacharis hang their charma, Krishna Sarjara. Manusyastu tada shanta nirvaira sruhidas samaha yajanti tapsam devam shamena cha damena cha. So now the people of Krityuga, Satyuga, they are very nice. This is described here. They have absolutely no problems because they are not attached to anything. They are just meditating. So therefore it says Manushyatu tada shanta. This is the character of the people in Satyuga. That they are very peaceful. Because no family, no house, no electric bill, nothing, no bank account, no KYC. So in India KYC is also a headache. It's only in India. So I have a bank account which is closed for now 8 months, trying to do KYC. What are you going to do if you have a bank account and to make some payments? So therefore they are shanta, they are peaceful. They don't have, there's nothing, what headache can you have if you don't even have a house and you don't cook? You just eat whatever is available and you sleep, just spread your Krishna Jina, your mat, lie down. So that you don't own anything. So in Satyuga, people did not own anything. They lived in forest. So later on, as time passed, then they started owning. They said, "This is my ashram." Then ashrams came. He says, "This is my." And he said, "This is your ashram, that is your ashram, that is your." That's how gradually, then it turned into villages, families. Then farming came. So now you remember earlier the word came Muni Anna. So Muni Anna means grains, Muni means sages, the grain of the sages. So these are what now these millets are becoming popular. Previously these millets they just grew wildly. And the sages who are living in the forest they will just use that. Farming of these things came much later. Originally these things just grew. These are basically type of grasses, Like even this normal grass, if it grows big, then it gets actually seeds on top, small. And most of these millets are very small in size. Foxtail millet, then brandtail millet, they're small sizes. It's like grasses. So they used to grow wildly. And then sages will just take that and eat. That's why it is called Muni Anna. So these people also lived just like that. So Shanta, peaceful, Nirvaira, there is no enmity. Enmity for what? Nobody is trying to contest any post, position. They are not interested and in any possession. They don't possess anything. So there is nothing to be angry at. Or people just try to imagine like this. If everybody lives like this, what will be the psychology of people? And if these type of people come into modern society, they will be just bewildered. What is this going on? What happened to human beings? So Sruhida Sama, so they are very cordial, friendly and equal. And yajanti tapsa devam samena cha damena cha. And they worship this deva, this Shukla, by tapasya. So they are very meditative. They just meditate. So there are no temples, there is no yajna being done. Because to do all these things you need a lot of paraphernalia, this, that, nothing. For meditation you don't need, you need just a mat. Suchau desa prasthapya. Sukham asanam asthiram, says stiram sukham asanam. Krishna says, just take some place. Suchau desa, some holy place near pond, river, in the forest, right? Sit down, meditate. So this is what they did. Then you feel hungry, go eat some fruits, some root. Feel thirsty, drink water from the lake. That's why they are near some lake or river. And water is all pure, not polluted, no chemicals. And air, free air, not polluted. So this is, he says, samena cha, damena cha. So they control their mind, they control their senses. So there is not much for the mind and senses to be disturbed anyway. They don't have any samskaras. It's going to cause some trouble. So that is their life in Satyuga. Tapsa dhyanena iti tada tena dhyanamaya vidhiyate. So tapsa means meditation. And therefore this implies that at that time the prescription for worshipping the Lord was by meditation. Simple. No big things. Then Hamsaha Suparno Vaikuntho Dharmo Yogeshwaro Malaha Ishvara Purusho Vyakta Paramatma iti Giyate. So the Avatara, who was called Shukla earlier, he also has these other names. He is called Hamsa, Suparna, Vaikuntha, Dharma, Yogeshwara, Amala, Ishvara, Purusha, Avyakta, Paramatma. So these are the various names which are used for them. So all these names, Rama, Krishna, Vishnu, they were not popular at that time. Even the word Bhagavan is not mentioned. Paramatma, like if you read the Upanishads, if you read the Vedas, Samhitas, there's hardly any name there. Vishnu comes sometimes. Purusha, Purushokta. But even Bhagavan is not there. I don't think Bhagavan word comes. So Ishvara is more common. Purusha, Paramatma, or Yogeshwara. These are the names. So Hamsa Vishuddha. Hamsa simply signifies purity. Swan is very nice looking, white in color. Suparna, Sobhna Avyava. Suparna means that it has very nice limbs, or he has nice limbs. Dharma, Dharma Nirvaka. He is also called Dharma because he lives by the principle of Dharma. Yogeshwara, Yoga Nirvaka. He is also master of yoga. Teaches that. Amala, Heya Pratibhata. Amala means pure. Heya Pratibhata means that he is opposite of anything which is rejectable. Means everything about him is pure. Avyakta pratakshadibhir na vyajyate iti. Avyakta means unmanifest or which cannot be perceived directly. Paramatma loktraya anantah pravesh niyamanabhyam dharaka iti evam vidai. Paramatma means who enters into everything to maintain it. Therefore he is the maintainer, dharaka. Iti emam vidhair gunair nambhir giyate. So he is praised or he is sung or glorified by such names and qualities. So these are his names, they also signify some of his qualities. So he is praised with that. So this was about the Satyuga. Then comes Treta Yuga. So it says Tretayam Rakta Varnosau Chaturbahu Strimekhalah Hiranyakesha Strayatma Shrukshavadyupalakshanaha. So he is also more Western, Treta Yuga also. So that's why from there it came to India. So he is red in color, from white man to red man. He also has 4 hands and 3 mekhala. He has this belt, 3 belts, which signifies 3 Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sam. And Hiranyakesha, he has what you call blonde hair. Blonde hair, blue-eyed, red color, 4 hands. That is Treta Yuga. So Hiranyakesha Trayatma is the knower of the 3 Vedas, and Shruvadi Upalakshana. So he has this Shruka, Shruva, these are big spoons, pots which are used for doing yajna. Ladle, for pouring ghee, etc. That is Shruka, made from Shami Vriksha. Shruva is made from Khadira. There is one tree called Khadira tree. So Yupa is also made post from that. So these are his signs. He is known by this sign, just like the Satyuga one was known by the deer skin and Danda, Kamandalu, etc. He is known by Shrukshruva, by these various, basically paraphernalia used for doing yajna, because in the Treta Yuga, yajna, he is worshipped by yajna. So by the Treta time, there were establishment villages, families, communities, groups like tribal communities coming together and they are doing yajna. So Raktvarno Raktanamacha. So his color is red, his name is also red. So both, just like previous one was Shukla, this is Rakta. Triguna Dikshang Bhuta Mekhla. So his Mekhla or his belt, girdle is, which describe that he has got Diksha in the three Vedas. Trayatma Yagya Swarupa. Traya Vidya iti Yagya Stada Vidhiyate. He is called Trayatma, means his Swarupa contains the three Vedas, or his Swarupa is Yagya Swarupa. Because to do the Yagya, you have to know all the three Vedas. You have to know Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda. So Sam Veda you have to sing, Samgan. Yajur you have to do the oblations into the fire, the Hota, Udgata. So all the three Vedas have to be known. Then tam tada manuja devam sarvadevamayam harim yajanti vidya traya dharmishtha brahmavadinah. So the human beings, they worship that divine person called Hari, who is the abode of all devatas, by Traividya, means the knowledge of the three Vedas. Dharmishtha Brahmavadina. So these people who are situated in Dharma and they are Brahmavadi. So Brahmavadi means Vedavadi. Brahma here means Veda. The word Brahma also means Veda. So Vedavadarata Partha. So these are the Vedavadis, Brahmavadis, sometimes called Amnayavadis. So their main thing is doing yajna, because this is what is understood by studying of the Trayi. If you study Samhita and Brahmanas, unless you come to the Upanishads, then understanding is only of yajna. And many people, they say that Vedas means mantra brahmanatmaka, means Samhita. There are 4 parts to Vedas, but they accept the first 2 only. That is one of the reasons that it is called Purmimamsa. This is the first part of the Veda. Then Aranyak Upanishad are the Uttar part. So Uttar Mimamsa is related with Upanishads. Purmimamsa is related with Mantra and Samhita, which is primarily doing yajna. So therefore it says Dharmishtha Brahmavadina. Commentary by Sri Vishnu Chakravarti. No commentary on this sloka and next also. Vishnu Yagya Prishni Garbha Sarvadeva Urukramaha Vrishakapirajayantascha Urugaya Itiriyate. So this Bhagavan, the Treta Yuga avatar, he is known by these names. He is called Vishnu. He is also called Yagya. He is called Prishni Garbha because he was also born from Prishni and Sutapa. When they were talking about their previous life, Vasudeva Devaki. Sarvadeva, that is another name, Urukrama, Vrishakapi, Jayanta and Urugaya. These are the various names which he has. There is no commentary. You can see Sridhar Swami writes little bit. Prishni Garbha, Prishni Sutapas, Prajapate Patani Tasya Putra. Prishni is the wife of Sutapa, Prajapati, and their son. Vrishakapi Smrita Sanvarshati. So he says Vrishakapi, he is called Vrishakapi. If you remember him, the rain comes. And Kamanam Kampayati Kleshaniti. And he destroys your miseries, so it's called Kapi Vrishakapi. So he says Yagya Varaha Murti. Yagya is called the Varaha. Varaha avatar is also called Yagya, and Varaha is depicted as personification of Yagya. So he is also called Yagya Murti. And Jayati eva Sarvada Jayanta. He is called Jayanta because he is always victorious. Then comes Dwapar Yuga. That is more interesting. So he said, Dapare Bhagavan Chyama Pitvasa Nijayudha Srivatsadibhirankaischa Lakshanairup Lakshitaha. So in Dwapar Yuga, Bhagavan is Shyam. So by the time you come to India, you become black. Shyam means blackish. No white, no red. And yellow dress. He has his weapons, chakra. Chakra is his weapon. And he has marks of Srivatsa. Srivatsa is a mark on the right side of the chest of Krishna, type of wall of hair. There is a Lakshmi on the left side, golden streak, right side Srivatsa. And Ankaischa Lakshanairup Lakshita. So he is understood or known from these various symptoms. He also has marks on his feet, hands. Those are the Lakshanas by which he is known. So this is the Syam Sundar. So he also does not write much on it. It says Syam Varna, Syam Nama. His color is Syam. His name is also Syam. This is very good. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also Gaura. His color is also Gaura. Name is also Gaura. So Jiva Goswami writes little extra. We can read that also. Dwapar Yugavataram Kathayan Sri Krishna Avirbhavamayam Yat Yug Visheshasya cha Vaishishtya Atishemaya Vipretya Tameva Tattat Sarva. I don't know, this is Sarvam Ayamaha or Sarvam Arthamaha. Difficult to figure out what is the reading. So he says that while explaining
Sarvam Atha.
Yeah, but that doesn't make
Sarvam Atham Aha.
that doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm saying. Either it is Arthamaha or it is Ayamaha. Either this Tha is Ya or there is a Ra missing. God only knows. So Dwapar Yuga Avatar, now this explains Dwapar Yuga Avatar. And that is Sri Krishna Avirbhava Bhavam Yat Yuga Visheshasya cha. So why he is writing this? That this Dwapar Yuga which went just now, means before this Kali Yuga, this is a special Dwapar Yuga in which Krishna appears. Not in every Dwapar Yuga Krishna comes. So that's why it says Vaishishtya Atishayam Abhipretya. That to indicate very big speciality of this Dwapar Yuga. Tameva Tattat Sarvamayam Aha. I think it is Sarvamayam probably. Because Krishna is containing everybody in him. All the avatars are manifest in Krishna. So Sarvamayam. This Tha should be Ya. That will make sense. Dwapareti. So why is special this Dwapar? He says that Samanyatastu Dwapare Shukpatra Varnatvam Kalau Syamatvam Vishnu Dharmatre Darshitam. Says that generally in Dwapar Yuga, the avatar which comes, it is greenish in color. And the one which comes in Kali Yuga is blackish in color. This is known from Vishnu Dharmottar Purana, where it says Dwapare Shukapatrabha Kalau Shyama Prakirtita. That in Dwapara, the normal Yuga avatar of Dwapara is Shukapatra. Shuka means parrot, and Patra means wing, like the color of the parrot's wing, greenish in color. And in the Kali Yuga is Krishna, Syam, Kalau Shyama. What is described Shyama here in Dwapar is actually in Kali Yuga, in other yugas. But in this one, he is Syama. So that's why he says that this is special, Dwapare Bhagavan Shyama. And for this he has used the word Bhagavan. So Bhagavan means he is the Swan Bhagavan. He is Syama. So how is he worshipped? Tam tada purusham martya maharajoplakshunam yajanti veda tantrabhyam param jigyasavo nripa. So he says that, O king, he at that time, means in Dwapara, this Purusha is worshipped by the process of Veda as well as Tantra. Earlier in Treta Yuga it was only Veda and he was called Trayatma. Satyuga was also just meditation. There was no mention of chanting, etc. But here it is both Veda and Tantra. Param Jigyasava, those who are Jigyasu, they worship him. And he is worshipped with Maharajoplakshanam, means Maharajopchar means like a royal king. So in a very royal manner. This is the temple worship. So the worship in the temple is called Maharajopchar, because he is treated like a king, offering food, singing, doing arati, dressing him nicely, giving bath, abhishek. So this is called Maharajopchar. So therefore it says Maharajoplakshanam yajanti Veda Tantrabhyam. Maharajoplakshanam Chhatra Chamaradi Yuktam. So Maharajoplakshanam means that you have an umbrella on top, like the olden time kings used to have that. And these two chamaras. Veda Tantrabhyam Vedike na Agamikena cha Margena Pujayanti. So he is worshipped both by the Vedic process and the Agama process. This is how he is worshipped. Jiva Goswami says Maharajoplakshanam iti Sri Harivans Darshita Rajendra Abhishekat. Says in the Harivans Mahapuran there is a description of Abhishek of Sri Krishna. So like that he is worshipped. Tadrisham Parampurusham Yajanti iti anva. Yajne hetu jigyasava tameva anubhavitum ichchava. Why do they worship him? Because they are jigyasu. Jigyasu means that they want to have an experience of him. So that means he is experienced by that. Then this is the mantra which is chanting for him. Namaste Vasudevaya, Namah Sankarshanaya cha, Pradyumnaya Anuruddhaya, Tubhyam Bhagavate Namaha. So these are the Chaturvyuha of Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. So I bow down to Vasudeva, to Sankarshan Bhagavan, Balaram, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. So we say, sister, this is the mantra used to worship them. Narayanaय Rishaye Purushaye Mahatmane Vishveshwaraya Vishwaya Sarvabhutatmane Namaha. My obeisance to Lord Narayana, the sage, the Purusha, the great soul, the Lord of the universe, who is manifest as universe, and who is the Sarvabhutatma, who is the Atma of all beings. Aham Atma Gudasakesa Sarvabhutashyastitha. So Namani Ahaya Namaste Te, that's all, there is no comment on this. Jiva Goswami writes, Chaturvyuhata lingena Sri Krishnatvam Visesta Spashtamanaha. So he says that this is making Krishna more clear, that he manifests in the four forms. And Nana avatar mayatvena piyaha. And he has various avatars. That is also described here. So this is now hinting that how Krishna is Swam Bhagavan, although he is a Yuga avatar here, but he is also Swam Bhagavan, and various avatars are manifest from him. Tatra Narayana Rishi iti Digdarshanam Kritva. So Narayana Rishi is that Narayana Rishi, which earlier we read about them. Tattad Ananta Avatara Akara Purusha Avatar Mayatvena. So this is to show that how he is containing all the avataras in him, Avatar Maya. Purushaya Mahatmana iti. So he is the Purusha, he is Mahatma. Ateva Vishvesham Tesham Ishwaraya. So Vishveshwara means that he is the Ishvara of all of them. Vishwa means universe. So Vishveshwara means Lord of the universe. Vishveshwara means who is the Ishvara of all. And all here refers to all other avatars. That is also the master of them. That is another one meaning. He brings that. Tattad Rupaya. And then he is called Vishwaya. So again Vishwa means universe, and Vishwa means who is manifest as universe. But Vishwa means all other avatars. So then it means that he also manifests in all these forms. So Jiva Goswami is interpreting it, keeping Krishna as Swam Bhagavan mind. So from that point of view he interprets this. So iti dvapara urvishas tunvanti Jagdishwaram Nana Tantra Vidhanena Kalavapi Yathashranu. So this is how, O king, he is worshipped or praised in Dwapara. The Lord of Jagat, Jagdishwara, is worshipped like this. And now how he is worshipped in Kali Yuga, Nana Tantra Vidhanena. Please listen to that. So now he is going to describe the avatara who appears in Kali Yuga. And this is the famous verse, Krishna Varnam Tasa Krishnam Sangopangastra Parsadam Yagyai Sankirtanai Praya Yajanti Sumedsa. So this is a verse which is interpreted by Jiva Goswami and then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur to show that this refers to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this we will do tomorrow, because this has little interesting commentary, how they bring out this meaning. So that is important. So we'll do that tomorrow.
Babaji, tomorrow can we do also Jiva Goswami's commentary?
Yeah, Jiva Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur does not write much.
Yeah, that is.
But Jiva Goswami, he has written very elaborately on this. I do not know if before that somebody else interpreted it, but from the commentary point of view, Jiva Goswami is the first one who is taking out this meaning from these two verses about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it will be interesting to see how he interprets them.
Babaji, regarding these two words, Vishveshwaraya and Vishwaya. So Vishveshwaraya he is glossing as Vishvesham Ishwaraya, Vishwa ke Ishwar.
Vishvesam here means all. I said that Vishwa means Ishvara, Vishwa also means all. Means all other avatars. That's why he says Avatar Maya.
Okay, so the Ishwara of all the avatars. And then Vishwaya.
Vishwaya means then he is also in the form of all avatars. Because Vishwa also means all here.
I could not get it. Vishwaya Tattad Rupaya. This is not-
Baba, you have to take understanding Vishwa as all avatar and not universe. Once you understand that Vishwa means all.
Okay.
All what? He is already saying that he is referring to all avatars because he wrote that this is the thing which we are saying, what is this is artha or what is the reading. So this is
Tattad
Sarva
Mayam.
Mayama. So means he is the personification of all avatars. Tattat means all these avatars which we have been discussing. So therefore Vishwa means all avatars here. Vishwa is a pronoun. Vishwa means universe and Vishwa is also a pronoun. If you see the list of pronouns, whether in Panini or Harinama Vrtvakaram, Sarva Vishwa, Ubha Ubhaya, all that. So Vishwa is all is also a pronoun.
Right.
So here pronoun is for avatars, all avatars. Vrajananda.
You go amongst the avatar of previous yoga, I don't see where Ramachandra can fit.
Because he is not a Yuga avatar, he is a Leela avatar. I said there are various types of avatars. Yuga avatara, Manvantara avatara, Leela avatara, Guna avatara, Purusha avatara. So here there is only a list of the Yuga avatars. Because that was the question.
Okay. Yes. And what was in the previous yoga? What was the rasa that the Divyasu could develop with Ishvara?
What rasa?
I mean, it seemed they were only Brahmavadi, but could they develop a relationship with Ishvara?
What does Brahmavadi mean?
That they are worshipping Brahma.
No.
So they were kind of.
I said Brahma means Veda. I explained Brahmavadi means Vedavadi. They are following Veda, which means they are engaged in worshipping with Yajna.
Okay.
Sudhanshu.
प्रणाम बाबा बाबा जी लॉर्ड कृष्णा ने युवा बताया ये लॉर्ड कृष्णा ने युवा बताया जहाँ पर इन दिस केस आज एज स्टैंडर्ड टू एज स्टैंडर्ड बाय करवाने को है लॉर्ड कृष्णा so then what happens like lord krishna comes in the last of Dwapar Yuga. So he is not propagating the verses should be from starting of Dwapar Yuga, na? Something start that Yuga Avatar should be propagating that in that sense. It is only at the end of whole Dwapar Yuga, then what verse was there or something else. That's all.
He comes in the end does not mean that he is not known before. So Dwapar avatar, Treta Yuga avatar has a function, as we already discussed that. It does not mean that he has to be there from the very beginning. Avatar comes when there is a need for avatar. And as we said that Krishna is doing the function of avatara, but he is not actually avatara. So therefore he comes later. He is not a regular avatar. That's what it was said, that the regular avatar is Sukpatra Varna, the color of the parrot. So maybe that one comes earlier in other Dwapar Yugas.
Other is that those avatars which comes in Satyuga sometime, like we say, like when they were killed, so at that time Avatara came. So if people are living in the forest, then there is no system for this administration and other things. It is not required in that sense. Satyu.
I don't know.
Satyu, there is no comment of any except Yuga.
What is he saying? Yeah, then your sound is like you are speaking under the water.
Hare Krishna Babaji, I am audible now.
Yeah, better than before.
So, like you told in Satyuga, everybody is living without any system in forests. So, but we see some avatars also in Satyuga and some administration is also in Satyuga. So, how to understand that?
So in those Satyugas maybe there was like that. It's different